Okay, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I want to give you a little update before we go into our teaching this morning about what's going on, even in Africa. I want you to know that this thing is beginning to spread to another town already. It's just amazing how Yahuwah do things. My son there in that place and where we at, he had to do a little traveling. His mom took ill. I think it's about 11 or 12 hours away. And so he traveled there. I think he won't be back till maybe Wednesday back in his hometown. And he given me a report that people are, of course, he's evangelizing as he goes, and people are already coming on board there where he's at now. So that'll be the next location. I think the name of it is Baristic or something like that. But I'll be posting it in the Partners of Yahuwah Assembly group. He's doing amazing. We're still trying to raise the rest of this money. I think we are like at about maybe 4,000. Because last time I told you it was around 5,000. And I think it's around what we've collected is around, I want to say 4,300. So Yahuwah is, and he's doing it, and all praise to him. All praise to him. Is anybody excited? Anybody excited? So we thank him for that and what he's doing, and this thing is spreading over there. So I tell you, it really gets a little overwhelming sometimes. I do feel it, and somebody say, well, you have to walk by emunah, meaning faith. You have to walk by faith. We hear that all the time, and we know that we do, but some things just come natural. And when you begin to feel overwhelmed or something, it's natural to do that, but at the same time, you realize you have to push it out. You have to push it out and let the Ruach continue to strengthen you. We all feel that as human beings. And it was something else that I wanted to tell you guys before we continue on. And he was to show you how the training and stuff is coming with the brothers and stuff over there. So while he's out, the very first brother, his name is Jacobo, and he just stepped in where Augustine had to go and take care of some other business, and I like that. Just stepped in and taught the word of Yahuwah to the people, and they're so excited, and I'm excited, and we should be excited of the work that Yahuwah is doing. I tell you, this awakening is happening fast. Sometimes it may seem slower, in certain areas, but Yahuwah is holding to his promise of wakening up his people. And we're going to be waking up, but there's things that you have to look for, things you have to be cautioned about, and we're going to talk about some of those things today. But nevertheless, all praise and adoration to Yahuwah. And I want to say this too, and even for our listeners, when they go back and look at this on Facebook, we're going to try to transition from Facebook to YouTube, because Facebook is taking down my lives left and right, taking them down left and right, and perhaps YouTube probably will too. But right now, they up on YouTube on Word of Freedom Ministry, and so we're going to transition from there little by little. I say little by little, but I really want to make this the last eyes that will go out on Facebook, because they're taking them down, boy. And anytime they're taking them down, we're doing something and saying something good. Truth, So we're not going to even worry about that. We just go from the next platform to the next platform. And if people would begin to come onto even that, what's the name of that platform, our platform? Hebrew Connect TV. And so we're probably going to have to end up going over there as the awakening continues. because our people want truth. Our people is coming into the truth, but there are still things to be aware of, to be cautioned about, because the enemy is not going to lay down. The enemy is not going to lay down. And a lot of our mindsets and mind changes have to be dealt with on certain things. You have to realize also that our book been messed with and dealt with, and such as, and I was talking about this within one of our borrowing member group, in one of our borrowing members in the group that I created. We was talking about, even what, like when the scripture says, pray for your enemies, and do this and toward them and all that. The devil is Yahuwah's enemy. We have to come to the place to realize the insertions that's been put in our book by the colonizers, by the wicked seed of Hashatan. Are y'all hearing me what I'm saying? And in order for you to realize that and to come into an understanding of that, you're going to have to sink yourself deeper into into Yahuwah, and not be just casually going along like we did in Christianity, because it's a lot of lies that have been lies that have been inserted in our book. Can you imagine us praying for Hashatan, for Yahuwah to have mercy upon him? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Yeah, because we've just been told a bunch of lies, and we have went for them because it's been told for thousands of years. You know what I mean? And it seemed like the Christian thing to do. Pray for your enemies. Somebody trying to kill me. Somebody trying to rape my children, daughters. Somebody just constantly slaying me. Pray for your enemies. No, I want them dead. Of course. What was David praying? Kill them. So we've been told these things, and we've been brought into this fake religion of Christianity, and we have went for every jot and every tittle that it stands for. And it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. You have no business on a battlefield defending yourself, and at the same time praying for the one that is shooting at you. Just make it make sense. Come on. And we just don't think. And one of the reasons why we don't think, because we're too busy carrying away trying to serve other mighty ones other than Alua. So we don't think for ourselves. We just believe everything that we think that is superior over us, what they say. We just believe everything they say. And we don't think for ourselves. No, Yahuwah finna judge these nations that have treated Yasharel in evil. And what do we look like? Oh, Yahuwah, don't judge them. Be merciful toward them. When he didn't told you what he's going to do to Edom. When he didn't told you what he's going to do to Ashur. When he have told you he's going to do to all the nations that have tried to destroy his children. But here come little Christianity. Oh, pray for them. Pray for them. And if you don't pray, that means that you don't love. Away with that. Away with that. He's waking his children up, and now everyone want to be Yasharel, the stranger and everything. I wouldn't say contending. I just said what I said. One of the members had put up on the thing about up on the group about the curses of Yasharel because of their disobedience is being shifted now to the stranger. And there was one, white guy got on there. Well, I'm just paraphrasing. I don't think so, because the curses will never shift from Yasharel. They will always be cursed. But here he is claiming the name of Yahuwah. I got on there and said a few things. I didn't say what I really wanted to say, but I said, I'm done with you, buddy. You don't have a clue of what you're talking about. You don't have a clue of what you're talking about. Well, I have never read it. I said, apparently you need to keep reading. And even if you keep reading, you're not going to accept it because you don't want to. And I'm done with you. I mean, I I don't play with that. I don't play with that. None. And they are not playing. And there's come a time where who are going to show them. You know, it's scriptures like, you know, even in Matthew 7, and we might get to that today, or might not, you know, about everyone that comes to me saying, Yahuwah, is not going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. You got to look at that as more than just, you got to go outside your mind a little bit, because the heathen is saying it too. Yahuwah, Yahuwah. But it's not in their heart. You understand me? It's not in their heart to do such things. You know, because if that is really in your heart, then you'll treat his children better. You'll treat what Yahuwah love better. Are y'all following me? So don't get mixed up in the crap today. And this is another reason why all Christianity have to be weeded out of us. This 400-year prophecy is over. We'll come to the end of it in March of 2019. We'll come to the end of it. And we may as well just act like it, be like it, accept it. Because the curses are shifting. Yahuwah have disciplined us. He have punished us. You understand me what I'm saying? And now he's going to punish the nations that try to step over the bounds in which he's given them to punish us. Because just like Psalms 23 says, come and let us destroy them from being a nation. They wanted to completely wipe us out. But I'm supposed to pray for them. You better wake up, Yasharel. I'm supposed to pray for these people that have determined in their ruach to totally wipe you out. Christianity is a lie. I like that song you actually put out. Christianity is a lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Y'all feel me what I'm saying? And we just go for everything, Brother X. We just go for everything. We just believe what we're told, like we're stupid. Are you stupid? Well, maybe some of y'all, because I sure don't hear nothing. Are you stupid? No. Well, we got to quit acting like it. I mean, we're the salt of the earth. And until you begin to see yourself as Yahuwah sees you, you're going to always accept less. You're always going to accept the lies that they place upon you and put upon you. But we cast down every lie, every word right now. And when he says that we're the salt of the earth, here come the church want to claim it like he's talking to everybody. Talking to Yasharel. Are y'all hearing me? He's talking to his people. Well, how can you say that? Because he said, I come to my own, and my own receive me not. But we're wakening up and receiving him now. So what he says still applies. Still applies to the obedient. So stop trying to claim everything, stranger, and just cleave. So all you have to do is just cleave to us and love us as Father loves us. Because you can't fake it. Because it spews out. It'll come out. So what we're going to deal with this morning and talk about false prophets. False prophets. We're going to try to dissect that in Matthew Telyahu in that book and just see what it's dealing with and what it's talking about, because we have a lot in the awakening. We have a lot of false prophets in the awakening. And you know the scriptures I can't think of it right now, where it says that where Yahuwah says he would do nothing unless he revealed it to the prophets first. These prophets still saying God. These prophets are still saying JC. These prophets are still engaging in that area. Now, do they sound like a prophet? Because he reveals to them first. And then the prophets is sent out to tell his children. It'll make this awakening a whole lot more easier, but the way it is now is because many, many, many in Yasharel are false. Or false. Is anybody hearing me? So let's stand to our feet and let's go into Tapalah, meaning prayer. Father Yahuwah, We come right now, this Shabbat day that you have given unto us. We come in the name of our Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach. We come, Father, not only with our heads bowed, but with our hearts humble before you, and thanking you for choosing us, thanking you for waking us up. Help us to come into the realization that everything is about you. We are not to praise them. We are not to praise ourselves. We are not to worship people or idols. Everything is about you. You are the very standard, oh Father, of life. You are that life. You are the very breath of our being. And we applaud you, Father. Yes, do be merciful toward Yasharel. Do be patient as you have been toward Yasharel. We're going to wake up, Father. We're going to get it. And I pray that you would open up our eyes to the enemy, whether he's within or whether he's without. Open up our eyes, oh Father, and let us not continue to do as we have done, act as we have done, be as we have been, but help us to come fully to the light of your Kadash presence. And as we go forth in this teaching today, I pray that you would speak through me. Speak through me. I'll be the vessel this morning that you can expound to your people what you want them to hear, what you want to give them, oh Father. I need you as well as they do. We all need you, Father. We all need you, Abba Yahuwah. So all esteem we give to you this Shabbat morning. In Yahushua's Kadash name. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, so if you have your scriptures, I'm going to go to the 7th chapter of Matthew in the Bozorah. And I want you to just pay close attention to what he is saying unto us. And I'm going to read it out of a different version also, because it breaks it down. It breaks these Hebrew words and these Greek words down out of the other one that I'm going to read to you. But listen what it's telling us. Now, let me just go to verse 13 first, and then you'll see why we need to enter into the straight gate. Everything that we need, the information that we need, even of hearing from Abba Yahuwah, you can only find that in the straight gate, in the narrow place. Are y'all hearing me what I'm saying? That's where you can only find that. So this is what it says in verse 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate." He's telling you why you got to enter into the straight gate. Because wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go therein, or thereat. I need you, Abba Yahuwah says, I need you to enter into this narrow passage. Huh? It's Matthew. Yes, verse 13. He said, I need you to enter into this narrow passage here. Because if you are in that broad passage, which so many of our people are, especially our young folk. Our young folk, what they think that if they don't come, if they could just get away from the truth, they act like the truth is disrupting them from their fun. They can't have fun. Y'all following me? But they don't have a clear perception of what fun is, because Hashatan have even given them what he calls fun. He have given them what he calls fun. And he have made them to believe or to think that that is fun. And what most of our young people and people, period, calling fun is only just being in this world, enjoying the things of this world. But the scripture tells us in 1 John, love not the world, neither the things that are in this world. I'm going to put it like this. Love not fun. You hear me? Neither the things that Hashatan have put in your face and called fun. Because you don't know what fun is. You really don't know what fun is. You think that you can't be happy and joyous and do things and participate in things that is Kodash? No, really you just want this world and what it's offering. But he says all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. That's what you calling fun. That's what Hashatan have given you, and you think that's fun. But it will lead your tail straight to Sheol, to the lake of fire, for total destruction. But that's what you think is fun. Come on, is anybody hearing me this morning? You have to, this is the reason why I say you have to wake up to a whole lot more. The awakening involves a whole lot more than what you think. You think just because you've woken up to who you are as being chosen by the Father, you've waken up to his true and Kodesh name, and you think that's all that entails. No. It entails a whole lot more than what you think. And the reason why we don't think is because we're really not interested in living Kodesh. We just want something to brag about. Oh, I'm chosen. I'm the real seed. I'm the melanated. We're the people of the earth and all this kind of stuff. But if you ain't living a nickel worth of dog meat, that means nothing to Yahuwah. We're going to talk about that good fruit and that bad fruit, that good tree and that bad tree. Because while many of us are walking around here saying, Yahuwah, 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 and this here and that, and I'm telling you, we're eating bad fruit. We're Kodesh on the outside, but we're evil on the inside. And you want to know how I know that? Because the mature ones that is seeking Yahuwah can discern stuff. You can't even discern what true fun is. You can't discern it. You have accepted fun Hashatan's way. You have accepted his the word I'm looking for. His definition of fun, and you don't even know it. It's the reason why we don't want to accept sound doctrine, teaching and stuff, because we're too busy with fun. And I hope every young person is hearing me this morning. You've been fooled, you've been duped, you've been dipped. But he said that I need you to enter into the straight gate, meaning the narrow passage, because broad is the way that leads to destruction. That means a wide passage. Are y'all hearing me? That means something wide. And there's a lot of people up on it. Just having fun. And think nothing is happening, nothing is coming. But all you have to do, let me tell you something. This is why the nations, when the eclipse and stuff came, they're getting out lawn chairs and getting out everything. We're going to be a part of the eclipse. While the Abara people, while the chosen people reading the signs. But they having fun, Sister Lily, because they don't see what we see. You understand me what I'm saying? This 400 years is up. And Yahuwah is about to regather his people. Will you be in that number? Because right now, a lot of our young people are not in that number. Old too. It's not in that number. Come on, is anybody following me here? You better get it. My stepdaddy used to say, things like this, when the children are playful and this and that, and he told them something to do and whatever, and he would say, this ain't no play putty. This is not a play putty. We want to take this thing, many of our young people, and think it's a play putty and not taking it seriously. This is not a Tonka truck. This is not dominoes. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just making an example here. We want to play about everything and not take the serious things serious. I'm telling you, if you keep that up, you're going to hell. You are going to hell. No hope for you. Now Christianity said, don't say that. You got to be more nice. You can't say that. Are you following me? You're not going to make it in. Many of you are of the age of accountability, and you're still making decisions according to Hashatan, and you know about this great awakening. You know about it. But you're so marinated with the ruach, with the evil ruach of this world, and it has a hold on you. It has a hold on your brain. A lot of us are going into it knowing what we're doing. But you can't help yourself because it's going to take me from my friends. I just got to have this boyfriend. I got to have this girlfriend. It's all right to even call our children that knows better. It's all right to call them fools because they are fools too. Especially the ones that are being taught, that is being taught the truth. I'm talking about the truth. Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all ain't following me. But he says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Are you going to confute Yahushua's word? He done told you many is on that broad path. A lot of people think that when Yahushua said it is finished, okay, everything is done with. No, he finished the work that Yahuwah sent him to do. Now we have to come into it. We have to accept it. It ain't finished for us. He finished the way for us if we make that decision. If we make that decision. And a lot of the strangers, this thing is spiritual or is ruach for us. But many of the strangers just think that they can be all right by doing the work. Are you following me? Please follow me here. Because we can't make those mistakes. We can't keep making those. We can't keep making those mistakes. A lot of that what got our people in trouble in the first time. In the first reason, we became legalistic, but our hearts was not with Yahuwah. Are you following me? Our hearts was not with Yahuwah. This is the reason why we still act the way that we act. And then when somebody come and check you on it, then we got to fight you. Why? Because you don't have the Kodesh Ruach. Don't want to be corrected, got to fight you. Tooth and nail. And that's adults and anyone. The children, the parents try to bring correction to them according to the Holy Ruach, and then you walk out with an attitude. You could talk back. I slap teeth, tongue, lips, everything off. Because I don't play it. I'm just telling you. And then here come these strangers. Here come these white people. Oh, that's child abuse. That's the reason your child cursed you out. But our book tells us to discipline them. You're not going to kill them. It even used the word beat them. You're not going to kill them. And if they're just too out of hand, our word says bring them out before the elders and y'all stone them. See, we have softened down. Why? Because we are bought into that false doctrine Christianity. We're bought into the white man God. Because he wants to do all of his damage and do all of his pillage and do all of his killing and do all of his raping and expect nothing to happen to him. You understand me? Are y'all following me? No. Get into our book and you pray for discernment and you come into the expectation of what Abba Yahuwah have for us. Because that's the only way you're going to make it in. You ain't making it in because of your looks. You ain't making it in because of your manipulation, because you can't manipulate him. So you better get it right, young people. And you need to start today Why today? The day you hear my voice, harden not your heart, as they did in the wilderness. You understand me what I'm saying? Because they hardened their heart against him. And of course, we read about the repercussions of that. Now, why would we want to repeat the same things? Well, many times we repeat the same things ignorantly. Why? Because we won't get in the book. Only book we want to get into is Facebook. Facebook is not Kadosh. That's the only book we want to get in. Is TikTok. TikTok, TikTok. You better realizing why it's TikToking, because time is running down. And you can't even pick that up. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Boom! And then it'll be too late to say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. You did know. You just ignored. You just ignored. Let me get into this here about these people that are trying to lead us astray, though. It says, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. That doesn't arouse you? That doesn't pique your curiosity? That doesn't call for you to do something about this? That doesn't call for a further research on your behalf? Come on, somebody. You better hear me what I'm saying. Now let me read these verses out of this Wuest expanded translation. It says, enter through the narrow gate, because broad is the gate and spacious is the road, the one that leads away to ruin and everlasting misery. Everlasting misery. It says, and many there who are constantly entering therein. And many there, and they are constantly entering therein. But I can say what I'm saying today, and many of you will go right back. It'll be just like I've never said it. Many of you young folk. Because you don't fear anything but the belt when it comes out. Well, Yahuwah belt is bigger than mine. Yahuwah discipline is a whole lot bigger than ours. Are y'all following me? Let me just go on. Verse 14 says, in this other translation, it says, because narrow is the gate and compressed is the road, the one which leads away into life. Away unto life. Away from what? Away from this done evil. Away from the very things that would damn you. Are you following me? Away from this. And we've been led away. It says, and few there are who are finding it. Few there are that are finding it. And now it says in verse 15, it just gave you the rundown. And this is the reason why a lot of this is happening. Because we as black folk or melanated folk, we believe in our pastors. We believe in our prophets. And all they're saying, I hear G.O.D. saying, if you will sow 1,000, you ain't hearing nothing. But because you are so immensely tied to them, you accept everything they say, and they ain't doing nothing but speaking curses. Come on. But we believe them. And then we'll try to justify, well, Yahuwah said, believe the prophets. His prophets. Not these false ones. And he's telling you that there are many. Beware false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruit. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? No, they don't gather them. Because ain't no grapes supposed to be among no thorns. Ain't no figs on fig trees. There's no sticky, sharp, pointy things in there to stick you. So you need to use that to discern them. to discern them. Look at this other thing, how it reads. It says constantly, constantly. Somebody say constantly. Constantly be guarding yourself, Yasharel, against the false prophets. You can't let down. You cannot let down. You have to constantly be guarding yourself, and that's only possible if you have a true, stable connection with Yahuwah. Can't be like a Wi-Fi connection in and out. Get weak. No, it has to be a strong, stable connection where you're in constant communion with him. Are you following me? You have to follow me this morning. Constantly be guarding yourself against the false prophets, men who are of such a character as to be coming to you with sheep-like outward expressions. Sheep-like. They could be so nice. And then they'll tell you stuff like this. Woman or man, woman of God, I see you high and mighty. I see God sending you here, and you just a wonder. Let him teach you, sister. God is telling me to prophesy to you. 10 people, but you have to sow first. Dumb dogs. These people. Look what it says. Constantly be guarding yourself against the false prophets, men who are of such a character as to be coming to you with sheep-like outward expressions. But in their inner being, they are rapacious wolves. They are rapacious wolves. Break down that word, rapacious. Let's break that down for a minute. Well, let me go here. Rapacious wolves. It means they will aggressively come after you. They are greedy. They are grasping for what you have to trick you, to bring you into destruction rather than good. They are rapacious. They are awful. And it's time for Yasharel to wake up. And the reason why they are fooling so many of us now, because we are just, I'm a child of Yahuwah. Yahuwah is his name. We're carried away with that and not realizing there's so much more that attains to the awakening. You've been 400 years asleep. When I wake up, Brother Xavier, I'm going to yawn. I'm going to lay there for a minute. All this contains waking up. You know what I mean? I have to go and freshen up, take a bath. All this is involved in waking up and getting ready for my day. Or should I say getting ready for the day. Brush your teeth, comb your hair, or whatever it entails. You understand me what I'm saying? Getting in tapallah before your Father, in prayer before your Father, seeking him, searching him out, reading the scripture, all of this before I start my day. Somebody is not hearing me now. Somebody is not hearing me now. It's a lot of things entails waking up. Some of us are aware of the awakening and really still not accepting it because we're doing things that our Father hates. And then you get upset when we talk about it. Because like I said last Shabbat, there are some things that we can really do that he have said. Can't do everything in the lands of our captivity. But there are a lot of things that we can do. Are you hearing me? And the thing that that's a lot of things that got a lot of our people stunned right now. Yahuwah will not Baruch what he have cursed. I don't care how much you pray for it. Because a lot of our dietary laws, just pray for it. He done told you it's unclean. And you think you're going to make it clean by, Yahuwah, blessed, blessed, blessed. Oh, it don't work that way. What's wrong with you? It's because it has me. It have engulfed me. Are you following me? We talk all the time, different little groups and stuff, and we talk about, what entails the awakening and how we have to stop this and stop that. Other people struggle with even the pork. They express that. Are y'all following me? Somebody said, and that bacon. But I love Yahuwah more. I love him more. And we think we're going to bless it. we think we're going to bless, we're going to convince Yahuwah. Now, it's you loving it. It's you loving it. Our Father trying to preserve life. And we got this Christian mentality, well, all you got to do is pray for it, and he going to cleanse it. He didn't tell you that. He didn't tell you that. He said don't touch it. That's what he says. So it's almost next to an abomination when he have said something, and I'm thinking I'm going to change his mind, concerning the Torah, and I'm thinking I'm going to change his mind or force him. That's actually what we're doing. We're trying to force him. And we might not even think about forcing him, more so that we're just enjoying what we're about to do. And we just use that to cover it up and excuse myself to do it. Yeah. Hard for a transgressor. Why not just obey him? I don't think nobody in this place, and I'm just picking out one thing because, they said pork is the other white meat. You're dealing with an animal, Allison, that eats everything, that eats its own, his boo-boo and everything, and we are ingesting it. Even his own babies. I'm telling you, this is a nasty, filthy animal. And when I seen some of the stuff, I was like Stephen Urkel, did I do that? I said, was I eating that? was I eating that? Like you actually said, brother, ooh. Brother, ooh. Brother, ooh. That boy tickled me. Brother, ooh. Father, help us. Help your people. Help Yasharel. Help us to discipline ourselves. Help us to obey you in everything. And then he says this in verse 17. That's where I am in verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. Keep in mind, the subject is false prophets here. That's what he's talking about. So don't think he's talking about a tree. Don't think he's talking about a physical fruit. He's talking about false prophets versus the good prophets here. Because each one of them carry a different fruit. And the false prophet tried to make his fruit look like the good prophet. And that's how he deceives and bring about deception. Because he's trying to mimic something that he's not. And so Hamashiach said, take the tree. A bad tree can't bring forth good fruit. And a good fruit, it is impossible for them to bring forth evil fruit. He's telling us how we should know them. But we don't have time to observe them. Why? Because we are busy having fun. We're busy enjoying this world. Not recognizing, not realizing, because we haven't read it, because we don't read, that the world is going to pass away and the lust thereof. It's going to pass away. And boy, we are so close. Come on, Abba Yahuwah. Come on. Do anybody feel that? Come on, Abba Yahuwah. I'm tired. We're tired. We want to go home. We got it. We see it. Man, I feel that. I'm telling you, I feel that. Want to go home. Help us, Father. But that's what it says to us. This is what the scriptures are saying to us. Is anybody hearing me? This is what it's saying to us. Father, help us. We need your help. We want your help. We want it. Father, help us. So this is what's happening. Man, you have to want him in a way where the world will see, and they will call it that. That is not normal. And it is normal for his people to want him, to desire him. But it's abnormal to them because they have practiced and wanted their mighty ones. It's normal for his children to desire him. That's what he wants. Man, let me tell you something. And it's not only to get things, because he is our provider. He says that, that he will give us the desires of our heart. When you are pleasing to the Father, this is any father. When a child is pleasing to the Father, that Father lets you eat out of his hand. He'll give you good things. He'll give you great things. Are y'all following me? But we think, because we are so endued in this evil world, we think we already have it going on. And we don't want to part with the curses, because the curses have come in a disguise, especially these modern days, that I got it good. I have it good. I have it good. But false prophets are the problem. False prophets are the problem. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Read verse 17 out of this version. In the same manner, every intrinsically good tree produces beautiful fruit, but a rotten tree produces fruit which are rotten to the core. It's rotten to the core. And I do want to add this. It's not necessarily just limiting it to the call of a prophet, because back in those days, the prophets was also the teachers. Because when Yasharel ended up in a bad state, and I forgot what book and chapter it is, but it says something like this. In those days, Yasharel didn't have a teaching prophet or a teaching priest. There was nobody around to teach them. So they're coming in the form today even as teachers. We have to watch who's teaching us. You have to be careful who's teaching you. You're going to have to unchain yourself from the former teachers. You hear me? The white folk. Because they've been in charge of this thing for thousands of years, and what have you got? And then some of them have the audacity to get upset about what I'm saying. You know about what's been signed by Donald Trump concerning, black history and all that kind of stuff. Listen to me. These people, Edom is doing everything that is possible to keep us from coming into the awakening. But they need to take Gamaliel, Paul's instructor, and said, what he was telling them, and I'm paraphrasing it, you might be fighting against Yahuwah here. You can, if what these men are saying, if they are not of Yahuwah, it'll fade out. But if it's of Yahuwah, you better consider that, because you're talking about a battle axe, and Yahusha said the axe is laid to the root. You know what that means, don't you? I'm about to cut you off. I'm about to sever this. And that's all what they're doing. Somebody blowing the shofar now that knows. See, if that was Christianity, I know it's a nose being blown. If that was Christianity, can't tell a nose blow from a shofar. Just go for everything and anything. I promise you. Let me get back to this, because I said I wasn't going to hold this thing long. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Now, let me say this to you. They're bringing forth fruit. That fruit can mean that the people that they are deceiving too. You understand me? And don't think that he's just going to deal with the false prophet. He's going to deal with you also that wouldn't discern the false prophet through your fun you having. Well, how can you say that? I didn't do it. He the one did it. Blind lead the blind. Both falls into the ditch. Both of you. Well, Yahuwah ought to have mercy on me and this here and that. No. He tried to give it to you, but you were blind by that which you love. And that which you love was not him. Was not him. It was not him. But you got to be careful of what they are trying to do in this so-called great United States. What they call it, home of the free. What? Land of the brave and the home of the free. Land of the free, home of the brave. Whatever. You ain't never been free. The matrix gives you the appearance that you're free. We're under Hashatan's system here. They have the cures for every disease. Yahuwah gave it to us to make sure you get sick so you could turn to their pills. And you are not ready to go home. You are not ready to come up out of the system and start walking Kadesh and go home. You like this. I go pick up my daughter. She works at McDonald's. And when I am amazed. I told her, I said, girl, sometimes I can't even get up in there to pick her up. People line up eating that slop. That is nothing but a pharmacy. And I said, do these people not have knowledge? Do these people not have understanding? And then we're walking around like this. And study poking it down. What's wrong with us? Yeah, baby parts. That's what that McRib used to be. We have to be careful. And then that is some people, not only that place, but that is some people, they don't cook. They don't cook home-cooked meals. They eat out. They eat this slop. And because like I said, if you will use some of these platforms to begin to research, because it's out there. Knowledge have been increased. And they tell us things like that that they have begun to make steak. Laboratory. They make it and show you how it's done. Yeah, what'd you say, Donald? The government signed that to ban the lab-prone meat. And you think I believe that Gentile? And he'll tell you that so he's just gobbling it. You got that flip-top head. You remember that toothbrush commercial years ago? Got that flip-top head. Just pulling it down in there. Come on, I don't believe that. Yeah. Yes, man. The state is predominantly melanated. And you think that Gentile gonna ban that? I don't believe that. You have you thinking that. Because they secretly get to their people that they need to do and want to do without it even coming to us. They've been doing that for years. When he supposedly done that? Listen, I don't care if he's governor. I don't care if he's president. What our people need to realize, they don't call the shots for this nation. You got them hidden ones, man, that's calling the shots. And what they say go, or you die. No, Elon ain't even calling the shots. Because his face seen. You see, anyone that you see their face, they are not in charge. They're just bringing it down what they didn't say. This is what our people don't understand, and that's why they still run into the voting booth. Is anybody hearing me? The faces that you see that give the appearance that they are the shot callers, they are not the shot callers, they are the puppets. The shot callers, they make 20 plus attempts on their lives as their faces is seen. Their faces are seen. Like your Ibrahim Trio over there in Burkina Faso. He's a shot caller, and he's calling good. So they launch 20-some different assassinations attempts on him. I'm telling you. You will know them by their fruit. You will know them by their fruit. You got your Donald Trumps, your Elon Musk, and all this different stuff, your Putins and all this here. These people ain't the shot callers. Are you following me? That wicked evilness is way up the chain above them. These people actually sat down and have meetings across the table. No, some of you don't believe this. Have meetings across the table, board meetings with Hashatan, with these reptilian people. And they ain't no people. With these reptilian creatures. They actually conversing even about what they're going to produce, what they're going to put on the market. Start reading the damn labels, y'all. The false prophets will come more than in teaching and in prophesying or prophet-lying and preaching. We're dealing with the sons of Belial. And just like 1 Samuel 6 or 2 Samuel 6 says, they cannot be taken with hands. They're so plentiful. They're in the medical field. They're in the food industry. They're in the employ work. They're everywhere. They have covered the earth. They're in the water. This is why one of Moshe Khan, he said, I'm going to set one foot on the Mount of Olive, earth, and the other foot in the waters, letting them know he is the authority of all. I'm coming to take over. Because this is my Father's earth. It's his footstool. He demonstrated that when he went into the temple. He demonstrated it. We just narrowed down and just looked at the temple part, but he's going to do this in the whole earth. In the whole earth. Are you following me? And he's going to be the king of the whole earth. And you're going to reign with him, Yasharel. You're going to reign with him. Are you understanding me? That's why he says. We have to begin to look at it and see ourselves as he sees us, you see. That's the reason he says, because he knows how we are seeing things. He knows how the world sees us and everything. And that's why he says, it doesn't appear what you shall be yet. You're that, but it ain't appearing yet. And certain folk don't like it. I'm not trying to be equal. My position is above. Your position is above. Lost a lot of people to foolishness and ignorance, and because some of our people was puppets trying to go and be equal with these people. Sit at their counter eating. My food ain't good enough for you. I got a shop down the road, but you want to sit at their shop. That was a reason for integration. That was a reason for integrating. We think it was for our good. No, our people was brilliant and was coming up with everything, and to stop them, we need to integrate it and get this stuff what they're doing because of what our Father was downloading into us. We invented damn near everything. I'm telling you. I can't think of that man's name, but Edison ain't invent no darn light bulb. No, that other fellow, electricity, talking about a key. We did it all. Wouldn't even have this if it wasn't for our folk. This, you wouldn't even have the line land telephone that's in your house, on your wall, on your table, if it wasn't for our folk. You wouldn't even have the automatic transmission that when you get in your car, you no longer have to. Now all you get in there and crank up and go, if it wasn't for our folk. Sewing machines, everything. You know why they came to us? Because they worked the hell out of us, so we had to figure out ways to make stuff easy. Say what that is? Come on, hygiene. We taught them. Wash your butt. Cook your food. You know I'm telling the truth about this stuff? But we're the scum. You lying. You lying. Come on, is anybody hearing me? You lying. And we just got to come into an understanding of what's happening and what's going on and what's been done and what's been done and this here and that. But we've been told a lie about everything. And then he says this, wake up, every tree that bringeth forth, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit will be hewn down. You're going to be cut down now. If you're following them, you're going to be cut down now. Are you hearing me? And you're going to be cast into the fire. You're going to be cast into the fire. And then he said, wherefore by their fruits you will know them. Is anybody trying to get into the know of what's happening? And this version says, so then, By their fruits, you will clearly recognize them. You will clearly recognize them. I'm hot. And then he says in verse 21, not everyone that saith unto me, allure, allure, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which are in heaven. But now listen to this verse here. Listen to this translation here, the Woods Expanded Translation. It says, not everyone who keeps on saying to me, allure, allure, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he who keeps on doing. Not today and leave off tomorrow, not live for him a week and then just scrounge the rest of the week. That keeps on doing that which my Father who is in heaven has determined shall be doing. The reason why many of us can't, because we have yet to renew our mind. Our mind is still in this place or in that place. It's in every place except the right place. Then we'll just look for excuses not to. Well, our children especially. Our children, they can't focus and this and that. Why they can't? Because you ignorantly let them folks jab them. You ignorantly let them people put them on some pills, talking about they too hyper. That leather belt in our day always can't calm that down. The switch one. It always calm that down, but we'll become just like the nations. We got to medicate them. Make them crazy. Are y'all following me? Don't you know these people got that's a bunch of high blood pressure medicines, right? Like I said, I don't have to with them anymore because I left the pig alone. But anyway, there's many high blood pressure. Don't you know they got a high blood pressure medicine for white and a high blood pressure medicine for the black people? Did y'all know that? Yeah. High blood pressure medicine. If we keep on taking it to reduce high blood pressure instead of just doing what our Father did, it destroys our kidney. It's just like the witch doctor. You go to him for something and he'll remove the headache, but he'll give you a knee ache. It's gonna cause something else to go bad. I'm telling you. And in our blood pressure medicine, that blood pressure medicine that they have prescribed to us, it'll destroy your kidney. But their blood pressure medicine that has been prescribed to them, it won't only lower their blood pressure, but it'll cleanse their arteries. I'm telling you what I know. Not what I was told. I'm telling you what I know. It'll cleanse their arteries. Somebody in the comment may say, well, what's the name of that one? I ain't going to tell you because you need to get off all of it. And all we have to do is just follow our fathers, the dietary laws, and begin to pray. Quit following this crap that they tell us. Are you understanding me? Man, we have to wake up to a whole lot more and stop following these false prophets. We have to stop following these false prophets. But we don't. Let me read this here to you. Let me see, can I find this? We have to get it together. This is just a little simple teaching today, y'all. That's all what it was. That's all what it is. You have to You have to come into the place to let Yahusha. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying today, even back in the book of Jeremiah, Yahuwah, and in other books too, like Ezekiel and different places, Yahusha was getting on to these false prophets. We've always had to deal with them. You understand me what I'm saying? We have always had to deal with them. And that's the reason Yahusha said that I'm going to give you pastors. Take them other ones, and I'm going to give you pastors after my heart. I'm going to give you teachers. I'm going to give you prophets after my heart. Because these other ones are just teaching and prophesying according to their own bellies. And we're just so prone to run after everything. We're so prone to run after everything and everybody because I got to get my blessing. I need you to prophesy to me my blessing. You need someone to tell you to pour blood over a demonic altar. And we don't know that. Come on, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's wake up. Let me read this to you. Because when the true ones come and tell you, you don't want to hear them. Why? Because you're having fun, right? And he said this in Matthew 13:57. It says, and they were offended in him. Why were they offended in Hamashiach? Because if you go up and read the other verses, when he was teaching different things, and they said in verse 55, is not this the carpenter's son? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And his brothers James and Jose and Simon and Yehudi and his sisters, are they not all with us? See, they're trying to bring him down and make him come, and so they won't have to accept what he is saying, because what he is saying is truth. It's truth. We know who he is. He ain't nothing. He's just coming. Whence then hath this man all these things? How he know what he's talking about? And they looking for an excuse to put up on him so that they can excuse themselves of not accepting him, don't want him to be knowing what he's talking about. Are y'all following me? And then he began to say, and they were all offended in him. But Yahusha said unto them, a prophet, a true prophet is not without honor, save in his own, or except in his own country and in his own house. And he couldn't do many things among these people. I feel that, man. I feel that like I feel the wind blowing up on my face. Because that is so true. And then people want to get into this stuff and read it and this here and that, but won't even acknowledge that they are practicing the same thing. But they just read it and you're not without honor among your own people and this here and that. But you're just doing it to come off spiritual. We had to get it together. Though we will not make it. We will not make it. I don't care, about the, even though many of us are not going to make it in, that doesn't constitute talking about that's the 2/3 that won't make it. The 2/3 that didn't make it was in 70 AD. Don't you know? And I found this out because a sister sent me a clip, and I was just listening at these guys and stuff talking. Don't you know that our people, slavery didn't begin for us in 1619? Ever since 70 AD, our people was being sold into slavery. Thousands on top of thousands, thousands on top of thousands. When they came and the Romans came and tore down the temple, burned it up, and all this kind of stuff. Our people have been constantly sold into slavery. Constantly. Many. Thousands was being slaughtered, killed. hurts me. It hurts my soul. It just hurts my soul to know all these things have happened to us, and we still refuse to wake up. Not everyone that saith to me, Yahuwah shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father. Many will say unto me in that day, Yahuwah, have we not prophesied in the name? He might just say, yeah, you prophesied, but it wasn't in my name. You prophesied. You prophesied. Wasn't in my name. And have we not cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works. Watch out now, Gentile, because you big on the name. That's the subject here. In your name, that's what we did. In your name, did we not do this? In your name. They were doing a whole lot of stuff that they thought was in his name, but it was actually in their name because they wasn't walking obedient to him. They were just doing the works, but their heart didn't belong to him. Are you following me? I'm done. I'm done with this. And then will I profess unto them, I never known you. I never knew you. You never was intimate with me. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. But in the Wush version it says he's going to declare this publicly. It says, and then I will declare in a public announcement. Yahushua said, I'm going to put you to shame. Because even what you're saying now may convince some people, and they may think that I'm not fair in my judgment. So I got to profess this to you publicly. Publicly. I will come. I never came to you. I will profess this. I will make a public announcement of them. I never came to know you experimentally. I never knew you. I don't even know who you are. I don't even know who you are. Then he said, I'm going to tell him, now be going away from me. Be going away from me. Isn't that something? In his other version said, this King James says, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. And he says, I'm going to tell them, be going away from me, you who are working the lawlessness. The lawlessness, because that's what they're working. Is anybody hearing me? Pull this hat out. That's what they're working. Lawlessness. There's a lot of things going on in this awakening. And we are getting so close. Yasharel. Wake up. Wake up, young people. Because you think you're having fun now with your video games. All that is nothing but distractions. You think you're having fun now. You're surfing the internet and stuff. I know you're going to come across naked women, boys, and you gaze at them, naked men, girls, and you gaze at them, and you're just constantly corrupting your mind. You're constantly being distracted, having fun. Are y'all hearing me? Come to Yahuwah. Have your wake-up moment and come to Yahuwah. Because it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for us. He's calling out to us. I'm done, though.